What up, peep? It's your boy, Comet Chat. I'm back in the house again. This probably may be my last video that I upload for the year, but I just had a few things on my mind. I want to get off of it. Some of it's important, some of it's really not important. But this video is going to be 10 things that happened in 2022 that I thought was interesting enough to talk about. So sit back, relax, and let's go. Here we go. If this is your first time ever viewing my channel, I need for you to do this for me, and that is subscribe. Please subscribe. It only takes 1 second to hit that subscribe button. Also takes another second to hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload in the upcoming future. Also, give me that thumbs up because by getting that thumbs up, hitting that like button, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave a comment. Any comment that you leave, I will try to read and respond back to you in a fast, informed, and timely manner. That's what I'm going to do. Fast, informed, and timely manner. I like that. So anyway, this is a topic that I was just sitting down here in my man cave pondering. I said, it's been a long time since I've done a video. So what can I talk about to the people that's interested? Because there's not too much stuff going on. There's Avatar 2 out now, and that's going to be on my list. But it's 10 things that happened in 2022 that I thought was kind of interesting, some more important than others. This is not in any particular order, not in any particular importance, but there's 10 things that I thought was interesting to me, Comet Chat. And I thought that you might be interested. I'm just going to talk about it briefly on it. So here we go. And then, like I said, in no particular order. But number 10, TikTok. Now, those of you that follow me and know me know that I love TikTok, but there's been a lot of news lately on TikTok, how China is using that to infiltrate our precious secrets and stuff on these civilians and stuff. And what was interesting is that one of the stories that it said about is that there's two different kind of TikToks. One in China, they only allow people over there 45 minutes, kids, the children, the future. They don't allow them 45 minutes. And most of the stuff on TikTok is educational about how to pursue things, how to do different things, educational, that kind of stuff. But the version of TikTok that they sent over here to the West, to the United States and all other countries, is all kind of crazy stuff. You know what's on TikTok? All kind of crazy stuff. And the average amount of time over there in the East, where the Chinese are at, is 45 minutes on TikTok. The average time over here, man, is 4+ hours. And our kids are watching this stuff, and they are not zoning in on the important stuff. I found myself, I know it's true, because I found myself clicking on TikTok and be on there hours at a time, 2 or 3 hours before you know it, just like that. And what they did a survey, and most of the children over in China, what they said, according to this news story that I saw here a couple of weeks ago on TV, that they did a poll, and the kids over in China asked what they want to do when they grow up. Most of the kids said something like doctor, lawyer, but most of them said astronaut. Over here, guess what they said in America? An influencer, a social media influencer. So you tell me, what's going to be more important in the upcoming crop, the future of China and the future of the United States? You want to be a social media influencer, or you want to be an astronaut? So that right there is showing you the difference in the degrees of, I guess, of striving for excellence. So after seeing that, I deleted TikTok off my phone. I no longer have TikTok on my phone. Now, if someone sends it to me, I will probably watch it. But I'm trying to do my part just for me. I thought that story really kind of hit home to me because I know for myself, I've been on there a couple hours at a time before you know it, and had a certain part of the day focused straightly on TikTok. So for me, what I did, I deleted it off my phone. I'm not going to watch anymore in that capacity. Now, like I said, someone sends me something from TikTok, oh, most definitely I'll watch it. But me being on there, wasting time, I'm not going to do it anymore. So that was something that was very important to me. Well, interesting. I won't say important, but important enough for me to delete it off my phone. Another thing, here in South Carolina where I live at, it's usually not cold, but the last couple of days, this is my second time. It has been cold as hell. When I say cold, I mean teens, 18, 19, 13. And just tonight, one of my pipes blew from outside. I was outside trying to get a heater to come inside my man cave. It was a little cold in here for me. And I heard a bunch of water. Like, where is that water coming from? Open up my gate to the backside of my garage. Pipes were busted. Oh my God, what's going to happen? What am I going to do? So I was able to find the switch for it and cut that off. And I have to get that fixed sometime next week with the plumber after the holidays and stuff. But this cold weather, man, it is ridiculous. I don't know how people live in environments this cold weather in the teens. Okay, I'm cool with freezing, 32 degrees, in the 30s, no longer than 30. But when it start getting in the 20s, in the teens on a consistent basis, my body just not used to that. In the past 2 or 3 days, this has been in the teens. Right now, I think it's like 23, maybe now 21, and heading down towards. I think tomorrow morning, wake up, it's 18 degrees. Now, what is crazy is that next week, next Saturday, it's going to be 70 degrees. So you're going from extreme cold to Florida weather. I don't understand it. I mean, I know it's the Lord's work, and I'm not saying anything because Lord, He's going to do what He's going to do. He's going to make it do what it do. But man, that is an extreme. One weekend it's 18 degrees. Next weekend it's scheduled to be 7 degrees here. So to me, whew, come on now, let's get some consistency in this weather. I definitely don't like that cold weather. Next thing, topic number 3. Star Wars. Come on, man. What y'all doing? Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau. There is no date in sight that I'm aware of. Haven't heard anything about the next Star Wars movie. We don't even know if it's going to be a trilogy. What is going on, man? This is driving me crazy. I don't understand it. I am ready to see a Star Wars movie in the theaters. Don't understand it. So I need to get on the ball, man. Come on, you get on the ball. And I'm going to transition to number 4, my 4th topic, Bob Iger. He's back as the CEO. He got rid of Bob, what's the other guy's name? I can't think his name, but they got rid of that chump on the other Bob. Now they got Bob Iger. Come on, Bob Iger. Let's go ahead and put something in place. The Star Wars fans want to see a Star Wars movie, a good Star Wars movie. The fandom is so divisive now that it is ridiculous. Some people like the Star Wars, the last 3 Star Wars. Some people don't. I don't know. You can put whatever percentage you want on it. I don't know. I don't care. At this point, I'm ready to see something new, something brand new. I'm ready to see a trilogy. If you want to make it one story, you want to go back and tap into the EU, Legends, whatever you want to tap into, make something up totally new. I don't care. At this point, I want to go in there and see that crawl coming down, Star Wars, hear that Star Wars type music, and let's see something. So come on, Bob Iger. Come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. For some reason, somebody put you back in charge. When you were back in charge, things were better in certain things. I'm not going to say in all things, but in certain aspects, things were better. So Chapek is gone. Iger is in. So come on, Iger. I am depending on you to get Star Wars train back on the tracks. Only you can do it. So come on now. Dave Filoni, I know you got that Ahsoka thing coming on Disney Plus, and then Mandalorian, I think it's coming on in the next couple of months. But we ready to see Star Wars, EU. Tell some of those stories. You can tell. I'm reading right now on I'm doing an audio book on Shatterpoint, which is the story of Mace Windu going back to his homeland. You can do the Darth Bane, the Ruler 2. Come on, we can do something, man. There's so much stuff out there. Plagueis, Darth Plagueis book. Come on, please. I'm begging. Need another Star Wars movie. So let's go ahead and get that up front and center in 2023. Okay, that was 4 with Bob Iger, with no date in sight for Star Wars, cold weather, and TikTok was 1. So now going to the 5th thing, Kyrie Irving. Those of you that watch NBA, know anything about NBA, Kyrie Irving is one of the premier point guards. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets. Phenomenal handles, man. This guy got handles and can finish and can break ankles like no one's I've seen in quite some time. But recently, 12 months ago, the story's kind of died down now. I guess he did something that was offensive, and he was labeled a what's the terminology? Please forgive me. But he said something offensive to the Jews and anti-Semitic, and they really, I think, punished him a bit too severely. It was all kind of things he had to do, make apologies, pay money, get sensitivity counseling. It was just a plethora of things that I think was just a little bit overboard. Because initially, all they asked for was his apology, which he did. Excuse me, and I thought it was sufficient based on what they asked for. But then once I guess they didn't feel like his apology was sincere enough, so then they went to all kind of stuff he has to do. He got to do this. He got to jump to this hoop, jump to that hoop, all kind of things. And I'm telling you, it was just kind of degrading in some aspects. Like I say, I'm not saying anything bad about the Jews. They went through the Holocaust and they went through their things in life just like blacks did. So hey, I'm not saying um, one thing was it was worse than the other because some people feel certain way about some things in the Jewish community. Some people feel it's just as equally strong about in the black community. So I'm not trying to say one's worse than the other. Both of them were terrible, awful points in history that I wish had never happened. But what Kyrie did and what he said, and I think how he apologized and stuff was sufficient enough for me. But I guess for those the powers that be in the NBA didn't feel it that way, and I think now he's back playing with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not sure, but they really made him jump through some hoops, man. So just gotta be careful what you say, man. Careful what you say when you're in the spotlight. Um, Number 6, um, James Gunn. Whew, James Gunn. He is catching some heat from fans, and he's got some support from fans. The fans that support him are saying that, hey, look, DCU fans did not support DCU movies like they should. Point in case, Black Adam. Black Adam, The Rock did everything in his power to try to come out and promote that movie. He even brought Henry Cavill back, who's been a longtime fan favorite as Superman, to come back and make an appearance at the end and the end scene credits. Man, wasn't enough. Black Adam is a flop, as if the definition of flop, that would be Black Adam. As much as it pains me and hurts my soul to say that, the fans just didn't support it. And I know some people say they watched the second time and say, I can see why they didn't like it. But look, the movie, I'm not saying the movie is deep in the lore. It's not, I'm not saying that the plot is so deep and stuff and it makes you think stuff. It's a pretty basic plot. It's a pretty action-packed film. It's about action. If you go in there to try to get mentally stimulated stuff, that's not the movie you're gonna see. This is like blowing up, kicking ass, um, doing this the rock like things in there that made him so famous in his other adventures and other endeavors. I'm telling you, Black Adam is not the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. You can't say that, but for whatever reason, fans didn't like it. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics didn't like it, and that was I think one of the tipping points that made James Gunn come in here and say, "Hey, you got to do something different. You're gonna totally erase this, start from scratch, and do everything different." Now that's meaning when you reboot something, I think you can use the same people based on certain aspects of superhero genre movies. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. If there was to take, say, for instance, the Flash movie, Flashpoint, Flash goes back in time and then he could change everything and we still could use the same characters. I'll give you a point in case. The Flash on the CW, he went back in time and did something, same characters, but when he came back, certain characters in that movie, like one Diggle, he had a son at first, I think a girl, and then it was a son when the Flash changed it. Same character, but he had a different child. Instead of having a son in the original universe, he had a daughter when Flashpoint went back and changed stuff, or vice versa. So they used the same characters, but Flash went back and just changed certain aspects of the current and present future. They could have done that same thing, in my opinion, with the reboot. They do this Flash movie. Flash goes back in time. He changes some things to and change the main thing he wanted to. But by doing that, the ripple effect changes some things. So Superman still could have been played by Henry Cavill. Wonder Woman still could have been played by Gal Gadot. Aquaman could have been played by Jason Momoa, so on and so forth. Batman could be Ben Affleck, whatever the case. Ben Affleck could be Batman, whatever the case. It still could have used these same characters that we are familiar with. And some people say, well, the normies aren't gonna. It's gonna confuse them. Normies aren't that stupid. I mean, some of them that it ain't that hard to do. All you got to do is just say the right. Before this, you could put in the movie kind of like in the Crawl for Star Wars. Hey, something dire happened. Flash had to go back in time, reset the stuff because the hero was about to lose, and the only way he could save them was to go back in time and reset stuff. Now this is how it is once he do it, and start the story from there using the same characters. That could work. Some people are going to disagree with that. That's your opinion, but that is my opinion. But I don't have the final say so. James Gunn does, and he's going to blow it all up. He's already talked with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's no longer going to be Superman. I'm hearing the same thing going to happen for Gal Gadot. I'm hearing that this Aquaman 2. Jason Momoa is going to be playing another superhero or another character. I think it's going to be Lobo, and James Gunn is going to do something totally different. I'm hearing leaks and I'm hearing rumors about doing the new 52 Superman, a younger version of Superman. I don't know. We just got to wait and see. But James Gunn is definitely catching some heat. I've heard things on Twitter saying hashtag fire James Gunn, hashtag James Gunn is messing up the DCU, all kind of stuff. So there are people on both sides of the fence. Some people that are supporting him, and some people are saying, hey, I'm just going to wait and see because James Gunn has done a lot of good things in the past. He's learned from Kevin Feige, who seems to be the master of putting things together, storytelling. But I know Phase 4, I know what you're going to say. But that was Chapek. It wasn't Iger. I believe, and I've said this once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times, I've said it many times, that Chapek put hands on and kind of handcuff Dave Filoni and also Kevin Feige in the MCU process. That's why I believe Phase 4 was not as successful as it was because Chapek had his hands in the cookie jar when he should have had his hands out of it. Now that Bob Iger's back, I believe, and I'm going to wait and see how Phase 5 is going to be, whether or not he is going to let Feige do what he want to do and get back into phases are more exciting, better written, better put together, dots connect a little bit more easier and better. I'm thinking that Feige is going to do that. I'm thinking Bob Iger is going to let Feige do that. So that's just my theory, just my hope. Fingers crossed. We're going to wait and see about that. But James Gunn, like I said, is coming in. He's blowing up the DCU. So we're going to see whether or not he knows what he's doing. Fans that like him and support him say he knows what he's doing. We're going to wait and see. Other fans are like, why are you doing it? And my first knee-jerk reaction was, why is he getting rid of Henry Cavill? Man, that is like the epitome of Superman. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. So, next one I'm talking about is Avatar 2. I haven't seen Avatar 2. I've seen some of it. I'm hearing that it's better than the first one with some people that I've listened to and saying it. I'm also hearing that 3 hours and I think 20 minutes is a bit long. I've seen, like I said, I've seen like the first 30 minutes of it. I have a ways of seeing it. I haven't gone to the theater and seen it, but I'm going to check it out. But I've heard it visually, it is amazing. If I'm not mistaken, it cost $350 million to make. So if you 350 million times 3, it's roughly a little bit over $1 billion. So it's going to have to make over $1 billion to be profitable. I don't think it's going to make $2 billion based on what it's doing now. Even with a lot of times people go and see movies at Christmas, and even though it's running in 3D, which is generally a higher fee to watch it than the regular admission for a regular movie without 3D. But I don't think even 3D is going to get to that $2 billion mark. If it does, I'll be surprised. I think it'll make $1 billion, maybe $1.1 billion, $1.2 billion, but I don't think it's gonna make more than that. I just don't. And there's nothing really that I see is gonna challenge it. Because I think the next big superhero movie coming out is Quantumanium, and if I'm not mistaken, that's either February or March. But by then, I think it's 45 days. It's going to be on Disney Plus anyhow, so we will see whether or not it makes. But I don't think it's going to make $2 billion. But like I said, friends of mine that have seen it said, "Man, it is visually amazing." Some say it's pretty much a redo of the same thing as the first one, but a little bit better. So I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen the first 30 minutes of it. I plan on watching it maybe sometime this week because I'm off for until the first of the year. So I'll check it out if I can. If I can. Next thing is Black Panther 2. Whew. Black Panther 2. This has caused so much controversy. And for this movie, I was really emotionally attached to this movie. It was 3 hours long. I thought it was good, but some of the reactions I got, especially from black males, people who I respect, I definitely don't agree with their point of view, but I can respect them and respect their point of view. It's just saying things that, to me, is a little duplicitous. And I want to explain that. Talk about how this black movie demasculates men and how they killed Black Panther and they should have recast that kind of stuff and this boo 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 boo. Okay, you want a black hero, but then this movie is by a predominantly black cast. It's made by one of the few black directors who had the clout to do it. And when you kind of shit on that or say something so strongly negatively, then essentially you're hurting the same thing you're trying so hard to defend. So to me, yeah, it can be critiqued. I'm not saying anything can be critiqued just because a black person made it. But if you're on this bandwagon that this movie is killing the black man, blah 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 blah, the same thing that you're killing this movie about, a black man made the movie. You may not agree with what he did or the direction that he went to, but you still can't change the fact that the director is black if you're on that particular talking point. To me, it just was a little crazy. Could they have done it better? Yes. Um, do we know whether or not Chadwick Boseman had a discussion or direction or input on the way he wanted this movie to go? We don't know that. We assume stuff based on what we've seen and based on what we think makes intelligent, logical sense. But we don't know what kind of conversation Chadwick Boseman had with Ryan Coogler. We don't know whether or not Chadwick Boseman gave him this blessing. We don't know that. We would like to think that T'Challa is going to um, keep going, and I think the way they did it was a compromise. His son, and I predicted this way before this movie happened. What we saw in there that he was going to have a son with his girl, and that his son is going to be the next T'Challa, which we saw that in the end scene credit. I believe his son is going to naturally have the powers that the heart-shaped earth gave him, in the same swords that they intended for Chadwick Boseman T'Challa. They're now going to carry on and present with this new T'Challa. So I'm cool with it. I don't know what kind of time jump they're going to do, what we're going to do, but with the multiverse, hey, you can do anything you want to with that. That is like the ultimate reset button. So I'm thinking we're going to see a T'Challa, not the T'Challa that some fans want to see, but we're going to see a T'Challa who's going to be a strong, black, intelligent, black hero that we can get behind as black men, as black people. So I'm cool with it. And I tell you, I really hate Chad Boseman was not able to stay here and carry on that legacy because he was an awesome, awesome actor, awesome Black Panther, awesome T'Challa. But God has a plan. God chose not to allow him to be here. The illness got the better of him, and I'm so sorry. And my heartfelt condolences go out to his family. But life goes on, and I believe that Ryan Coogler made the best choice in his mind that he thought he could at the time by making his son T'Challa Jr. And we will see the same story that was intended for Chadwick Boseman T'Challa passed on to his son. So I'm cool with that. Now, last thing is streaming services. There's a streaming service called Peacock, and just this past weekend on the 22nd, it released the Best Man series. I think Unfinished Stories, I believe it was, or the Unfinished Chapters. Look, go watch this. It's on Peacock. It's 8 episodes, and it carries on from the last the last Best Man. I think the Christmas special or whatever movie it was. I can't remember in particular, but this series was good. I binge watched the first six, and then I went to sleep. And I came the next day and watched the first five. And the next day I watched the last three. And I'm telling you, this this show will make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you think. It is so well done. I think Robert Townsend had something to do with some of the direct. I don't know if he did all 8 episodes, but I know he directed some. I'm telling you, this was the best series I've seen on the streaming service all year long by far. The Best Man, Unfinished Stories. I think Unfinished. It's something like that. But if you go on Peacock, download that streaming service, and man, watch it. This gets a 10 out of 10. This is perfect. I love this show. Um, all of the characters there. Ty Diggs was there. Um, not Lawrence Fishburne. I can't think his name, but Lance, Quentin, all those characters that we love. Gabrielle Union, not Gabrielle Union, but just go watch it. All the ones from the movies, I can't sit here and think all their names. All of them were there. All of them did their thing. Like I said, this was funny. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you sit there and it's like, man, I know exactly what them boys going through. And man, I know exactly what those girls going through. It is very, very good. Like I said, the best thing I've seen in streaming service this year. It's the Best Man, Unfinished Chapters. So check that out, man. And like I said, again, before I go out of here, man, these are just some thoughts that was going through my head, 10 different things. I wrote them down. And these were things, some important, some not so important, some based on real life stuff, some based on comic book stuff. So I hope you like it. Tell me what you like in the comments. Please, please, please leave a comment, and I'll definitely get back to you. Like I said, if this is the first time you ever come into my channel, I'm going to need you to subscribe. It only takes 1 second to hit that subscribe button. Also hit notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload in the future. Also, give me that thumbs up, man. Hit that like button, man. I love it when you hit the like button. And again, from my family to yours, comment chat. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll catch you later. Until next time, peace.